of premium paid in certain cases. Measures to promote affordable housing. The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana embodies the assurance of the government to address the housing needs of all, and more specifically the poor, in a time-bound manner. Construction of housing creates considerable employment opportunities as well. In order to fuel activity in the housing sector, I propose to give 100% deduction for profits to an undertaking from a housing projects for flats up to 30 square meters in the 4 metro cities and 60 square meters in other cities, approved during June 2016 to March 2019 and is completed within 3 years of approval. Minimum alternative tax will, however, apply to these undertakings. For the first home buyers, I propose to give a deduction for an additional interest of rupees 50,000 per annum for loans up to 35 lakhs sanctioned during the next financial year, provided value of the house does not exceed 50 lakhs. Another proposal to stimulate housing activity is to facilitate investment in the real estate investment trusts. I propose that any distribution made out of the income of the SPV by the REITs or the InvITs having specified shareholding will not be subject to the dividend distribution tax. It is proposed to exempt service tax on construction of affordable housing up to 60 square meters under any scheme of central or state government, including the PP scheme. I also propose to extend excise duty exemptions presently available to concrete mix manufactured at sites for the use of constructions at such sites to ready mix concrete. Additional resource mobilization for agriculture, rural economy and for a clean environment. Dividend distribution tax uniformly applies to all investors irrespective of their income slabs. This is perceived to distort the fairness and the progressive nature of taxes. Persons with relatively higher income can bear a higher tax cost. I therefore propose that in addition to the DDT paid by the companies, tax at the rate of 10% of the gross amount of dividend will be payable by recipients, that is an individual, HUF and firm, receiving dividend in excess of 10 lakh rupees per annum. I also propose to raise the surcharge from 12% to 15% on person other than companies, firms, cooperative societies having an income of over rupees 1 crore. I also propose to collect at source at the rate of 1% on purchase of luxury cars exceeding a value of 10 lakhs and purchase of goods and services in cash exceeding rupees 2 lakhs. For compliant taxpayers with resources, this levy will not only advance collection of taxes when expenditure is incurred, but it provides data to the tax authorities to identify the persons who incur such expenditure but may be missing from the tax base. Farmers and notified class of persons will have an option of giving a form by which TCS will not be charged. Rate of security transactions tax in the case of options is proposed to be increased from 0.017 to 0.05%. In order to tap tax on income accruing to foreign e-commerce companies from India, it is proposed that a person making a payment to a non-resident trust who does not have a permanent establishment exceeding in aggregate 1% in the year as consideration on online advertisement will withhold tax at 6% gross amount paid as equalization levy. The levy will only apply to B2B transactions. I propose to impose a cess called the Krishi Kalyan cess, that is 0.5% on all taxable services, proceeds of which would be exclusively used for financing initiatives relating to the improvement of agriculture and welfare of farmer. The cess will come into force with effect from 1st of June 2016. Input tax credit on this cess will be available for payment of this cess. The pollution and the traffic situation in Indian cities is a matter of concern. I propose to levy an infrastructure cess of 1% on small petrol, LPG and CNG cars 2.5 on diesel cars of certain capacity, and 4% on other high engine capacity vehicles and SUVs. Madam, the exemptions the exemption rate of duty which existed on parts of environment friendly vehicles, which expires on 31st March this year, I am planning to continue that.